Hi guys, I'm so sorry. We just lost connection for some odd reason. It's technology, so I'm just gonna give a minute for everyone to join back in. If you're joining back in, we lost connection for a second, but we're gonna meet back in downward dog and hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Sorry, technology.
Okay, so because we got cut out of our connection, the first bit of our practice will not be saved to IG Live. We started in Shavasana, went into tabletop, did some cat-cows, came up to mountain pose. We are now on our second set of Surya Namaskar A, moving into our third set. So let's meet in downward facing dog. From your downward dog, take one full breath in. And a nice long exhale, breath out. Lift your heels nice and high. Widen your knees as you sink your hips back, look forward. Step right foot, then left foot to the top of your mat. Hands to shins, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, bow into your self-release. Let your arms support you up as you root through your feet. Inhale to rise. Exhale, connect your hands to your heart space. Full breath in, get spacious, expansive. Exhale, soft as your arms lower, shoulders relax. Yeah, one more time. Inhale, your arms sweep up. Make your way down like a waterfall in smooth motion. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Bring a little more weight to your toes. Engage your lower abdomen. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands. Step right foot back. Step left foot back. High plank. Inhale, bump forward. Option to tap knees or elbow height for your third round chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. If you're an up dog, point your toes, hug your heels. Exhale, pike up or go from tabletop to your knees to downward facing dog. Full breath wide into your rib cage. Feel free to sigh through your mouth if you need. Exhale. With your next breath in, lift your heels high, feel your calf muscles awaken. Widen your knees as you sink back, hug your lower belly tight, look forward, step left foot, then right foot. Inhale, elongate, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana, squeeze your armpits. Exhale, allow your head to fall forward. Take your time, rise back up to standing, inhale. Return palms to heart as you exhale. Take a moment to be in this moment. Breathe in. Let it pass as you exhale, arms down by your sides. Utkatasana, chair pose. Feet together. Drop your seat nice and low as you sweep your arms forward and up. Hug in through your inner thighs. And bring a little more weight back into your heels. You have the option to lift all 10 toes. Feel your inner arches and ankles fire up. We're going to add some movement here. You're going to lift your hips an inch as you inhale. Exhale, drop your seat a little lower. We'll layer the arms. Inhale, hips lift a little. As you sit low, sweep your arms down and back. Inhale, hips lift a little, the arms sweep up. One more time. Exhale, hips low, arms sweep back. Inhale, hips lift a little, arms sweep up. Keep your arms where they are. Exhale, drop your seat a little bit lower. Inhale, straighten the knees, stand tall, reach up, eagle pose, swing your left arm underneath your right arm, twist higher, grab shoulders. Heavy in your right foot, drop your seat back and down, take your left leg up and over your right thigh, Garudasana. Feel your inner thighs press together. Take your time, you can always place your toes on the floor for more support, or if accessible, your toes can wrap behind your calf muscle. Feel your tailbone lengthen down as your heart pulls up. And resist your elbows against each other. So as your right elbow pushes down, can you press your left elbow up? Take an inhale, grow a little longer. Start to round your upper spine as you exhale, elbows towards your knee line. Can you draw your seat lower to the floor as you squeeze your thighs, bring your fingertips towards blocks or onto the ground. Step your left foot back into runner's lunge. Right knee over your ankle, back heel is lifted nice and high. And float your chest up as your arms sweep back along your hips. Can you draw your right sitting bone back and breathe your left hip forward. And you squeeze through your left gluteus muscles, your left butt cheek. And spread your fingers a little bit wider. You're going to inhale, sweep your arms forward and up overhead. Warrior two, as you exhale, pivot your back heel, let your arms draw parallel to the earth. Right knee tracks over your second and third toes so that when you look at your right foot, you should be able to see your big toe. Pinky edge of your left foot rooted into your mat, pulling up through your inner arch or inner ankle. Let's flip your front palm as you inhale, reverse, exalted warrior, dancing it back. Now, if this is a lot, you can always bring your left hand towards your left thigh. This gives you support. If a bind calls to you, you can wrap your left arm behind you, possibly one day grab your inner thigh. And as you lift up and out of your waistline, can you explore one more breath here into your side body? Inhale, return to Vira 2. Stay here as you exhale. Take a full breath in. Straighten your front leg. Hands to hips. Pivot your right foot to the side of your mat, setting up for wide-legged forward fold. Draw length through your spine as you breathe up through the top of your head. Exhale, hinge at your hips, soften your knees, and start to fold forward. Place your hands underneath your shoulders here. Inhale, find space. Exhale, move into that space you created. So that might mean just staying as you are. That might mean bending your elbows and walking your hands a little further back between your feet. Or for some of you, that might mean walking your hands forward instead. So find a shape that supports you, where your breath is still full and fluid, where your mind is clear and present. Feel your kneecaps pull up as your thighs engage. And for your final breath, offer a little more weight into the balls of your feet. Hands below the shoulder line with your next inhale as you lift your chin in your chest. Pause here as you exhale. Heels in, toes turn out. We're just going to start with bending into your right knee first and stretching through the inner leg of the left side. And then come back through center. Bend into your left knee and back through center. Bend into the right knee. Come through center. Skandasana, we're going to bend into the left knee and start to walk the hands to the left. You can stay right here with your hips lifted if this is your limit for today. If you're feeling a little more open, you can start to draw your sits bones down. Your right foot and thigh are going to turn out so your toes can be pointed up, or you can even point your right foot if you'd like. As long as your right knee is supported, pull up on the kneecap. Your hands can stay on the floor or they can come into prayer. We haven't done a lot of shoulder opening at all, really. So if you want to bind, you're more than welcome to, if your body allows you to get there. But we never want to force in this practice. We want to take it nice and slow, breath by breath. Hands are going to come underneath the shoulders. When you're ready, you're going to push through that left foot, shift your weight back through center. Turn your feet to parallel. Walk your hands to the top of your mat. Turn all 10 toes to point forward. Step back into a high push-up position. Holding your high plank from here. Energize from head to toes. Bump forward. Either tap your knees or elbow height. Hug your armpits, broad chest. Up dog or cobra. Light squeeze of your glutes as you pull your knees up. Down dog. Press the earth away from you as you cinch ribs to hips. Adho Mukha Svanasana, full belly breath, rib breath, chest breath in. Exhale, empty the effort. This time, we're going to root down through the heel of your left foot. Float your right leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, bring knee to chest, round your spine, shift your weight forward, step between your hands. Left foot follows you forward. Hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Feet together. You're going to take Utkatasana. Let your seat come low as you take your arms forward and up. Chair pose. Take a moment to land in this shape. Feel your tail lengthen back. Your ribs hug in through the front body. Lift your hips an inch as you inhale. With gravity, drop a little deeper as you exhale. We'll layer the arms. Inhale, hips up. Arms sweep back as you drop the seat a little lower. One more time like that. Full breath in. Exhale, draw the seat low as you sweep back. Inhale, your arms sweep up. Let's hold them forward and up there. Drop your hips down 1 inch lower as you exhale. Inhale to strain your knees, reach up to the ceiling. As you exhale, swing your right arm underneath your left arm, twist out your elbows and wrists, or grab shoulders if you need to modify. Drop your seat back and down. Take your right leg up over top of your left thigh for Eagle Pose, Garudasana. And hug in through your thighs. Be really mindful of your supporting knee. If it tends to fall in, see if you can take your left knee out in line with second and third toe. If you're gripping your toes into your mat, can you soften your toes slightly? Become aware of your jaw. If you've clenched your jaw down tight, can you relax the jaw? Let's welcome one more full breath in as your elbows lift off of your chest. Round your spine as you exhale, elbows come towards your knees, eyes towards the earth. See if you can squeeze your inner thighs, drop your seat a little lower, either using blocks of the earth, bring your fingertips down as your right leg unwinds, take it back, Banarasana, runners. Set up your base and then float your chest up as your arms sweep back. And you want to root through all four corners of your left foot, lift it through your inner arch and ankle, high on the heel of your right foot, rooted through your big toe and pinky toe. And think of one straight line extending from heel all the way through the crown of your head. Sweep your arms forward and up, lift your chest, breathe in, open into Warrior Two. As you exhale, pivot your back heel, let your arms come parallel to your mat. And see if you can do your best to let your chest face the right side of the room, shoulders right over top of the hips. As your arms reach out away from your center, can you draw your shoulder blades a little bit closer together? If it helps to close your eyes, dive a little deeper into your breath. Go for it. Feel the support at the base of your feet. Let your pelvis anchor you down. Flip your left palm, reverse, dance it back, exalted warrior, Parsva Virabhadrasana. Your right arm can rest to right thigh for support. You may take a bind from behind you as you wrap your arm towards your inner left thigh. And if you do have your arm wrapped around the inner thigh, think about lengthening your inner thigh forward away from you as you lift up and out of your hip line with the left side body. Return to Virabhadrasana 2. Breathe in, settle into this shape as you exhale. Strain your left leg, drop your arms behind you, lace your fingers, and pivot your left foot to the right side of your mat. Inhale, create space along your spine. Exhale, hinge from the hip line, soft knees, fold forward, and carry your arms up overhead. Now, if this is a lot for your shoulders, for your spine, you can grab onto your towel or a sweater and hold it between your hands to give you more space. Or you're more than welcome to release your hands back down to the floor if you wish to just take a different variation. If you are choosing to stay here, draw the shoulder blades closer together. Weight shifts towards the front foot. And sits bones are continually reaching up. Final breath in, make it long, effortless, and a nice deep exhale, breath out. Bring your hands towards your lower back and then swipe your hands down your hamstrings, your knees, your calves, and ankles. Palms below your shoulders, inhale, chin and chest up. Stay there as you exhale. Toes turn out as your heels stay in. Bend into your left knee first as you exhale. Inhale, shift weight through center. Exhale, bend into your right knee and back through center. We're going to do it one more time. Over to the left, Come through center. This time, shift weight to the right. Walk your hands to the right with you for Skandasana. You can stay right here in this tabletop shape, lengthening from head to sitting bones, or you can start to draw your sitting bones towards the earth as you externally rotate your left thigh, your toes point up. Fingertips can stay down. You can come to prayer. If you are in prayer, you want to use your right elbow to press your inner right thigh away from you for resistance. Try your best to keep your chest up. Once again, if you created a bind on the other side and you feel that your shoulders are prepped to take you there, you're welcome to explore. And always come back to the fluidity of your breath, moving in and out of your body. With your next inhale, place your palms below the shoulders. Press through your right foot as you shift weight back through center, parallel feet. Walk your hands to the top of your mat, finding your lunge stance. Frame your foot with your palms. High push-up, step your left foot back. Inhale, butt forward. Tap knees or chaturanga, keep everything in one line. Up dog or cobra, from toes to nose, expand open. Exhale, reverse your way back through downward facing dog. Deep, wide breath into your rib cage, inhale. Exhale, settle into the shape. One more breath in. Let it wash through your body as you empty. So you got two options. We're going to move into Malasana. You can either lift your heels, widen the knees, look forward. Option one, you step right foot to the pinky edge of the right hand, left foot to the pinky edge of your left hand, or you hop forward into Malasana. Your heels are in, your toes are turned out, and you're dropping your seat nice and low. You can use a block, just like Naomi, underneath your sits bones. And you're going to press your forearms against your inner thighs today with your palms facing open forward. And then take this opportunity to close your eyes. And in this stillness, truly connect to your breath and how it can support you in this shape. Can you create a little more strength around your pelvis by engaging your glutes, by hugging in through the inner thighs and at the same time pushing out through your forearms, by pulling in and up through the heels of your feet? And then can you create some ease around your shoulders, your jaw, some space around your upper spine, your heart? Final breath together. Welcome it. And let it pass by. Open your eyes nice and slow, gentle. And we're going to press through your feet as we stand up. Circle your arms overhead. And let your arms circle out and down by your sides. Heel toe your feet into hips width apart. If your block is behind you, place it to the side of your mat so it's not in your way. Inhale, you're going to circle your arms up overhead. At the same time, float your left knee to hip height. As you exhale, step your left foot back into warrior one. So the heel is going to pivot down, your toes are pointed on a diagonal, and your hips are going to do their best to square forward. We're going to bend your elbows into cactus arms. Spread your fingers. Keep the bend in your front knee. Take a inhale. As you exhale, bring your forearms together, draw the chin, and just contract your upper spine. And then inhale, open up the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades, lengthen. And exhale, contract just your upper spine as the forearms pull in, ribs hug tight. Inhale, find length in the spine as you draw up through your head. One more time, contract as you exhale. Heavy in your left heel. Inhale from your heel to the crown of your head, find space. Stay here as you empty your breath. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Circle your arms back behind you to grab for opposite elbows, forearms. You can come fist to fist or reverse prayer if that's accessible. Draw the shoulder blades closer together, and if you need to step your back foot in closer, do so. Inhale, push into your right big toe, lift through your heart, look up. Exhale as your sitting bones reach back, come halfway, flat back, pause there. Readjust if your hips have opened up. Can you spin your left thigh forward, draw your right sitting bone back, shoulders draw down, inhale. Option to go deeper on your exhale breath as you allow your forehead to come towards your shin bone. If you're seeking a little more challenge, lift your toes. Feel the four corners of your feet. With your next inhale, move slow, just come up halfway. Bend into your front knee. Toppling tree, we're going to float your left leg up off of your mat. Push out through the heel of your foot. You can choose to point your foot, completely optional here. Square up the hips, you want to roll your thigh down. Your arms can stay as they are, or you can take your arms into wings by your sides. You may lace your fingers towards your front thigh and create resistance. You may add load by letting your arms drop down in front, just like Miss Naomi is doing right here. Or for Warrior 3, you can take your arms forward by your temples. Just know that's a lot of load on your back, so make sure you're supported through your front body. As you inhale, bring hands to hips, pull your left knee forward and up towards your chest. As you exhale, extend your knee, reach up through the heel for 3. It doesn't have to be high, we're just looking for that beautiful line. 2 and 1. Step down, let your arms be free. Take a moment to breathe, shake it out, do what you need, find a release. All right, coming back into mountain pose, rooted through your feet, proud in your heart. Inhale as your arms sweep up, float your right knee to hip height, 90-degree angle. As you exhale, step your right foot back into Warrior 1. So you want to think about 3 feet behind you, heel pivots in, toes are pointing on a diagonal. And as you can see, the beautiful Naomi here, her shoulders are to the front of her hips. So you want to make sure you're not doing an arched back bend or that you're leaning too far back. You want to make sure that your shoulders are to the front of the hip bones. Yeah, awesome. And you want to roll the back thigh in so that right thigh is spinning inwards energetically. Your left foot is rooted. Take a full inhale and bend the elbows into your cactus. Stay for the exhale as your shoulder blades squeeze together. Take another breath in as you energize up the spine. Exhale, forearms together as you contract and coil the upper body only. Inhale, radiate the upper body, the sense of growth, expansion, and then a coiling action as everything pulls in. Just the upper body though. One more time, inhale. So make sure you're not moving your lumbar spine, your pelvis. Exhale, contract the upper back. Inhale, open your arms into that cactus shape. Stay as you exhale. From your right heel all the way through your fingertips, inhale, reach up, strain your front knee, circle your arms behind you as you exhale, grab forearms, elbows, fist to fist, or reverse prayer. If you need to step your back foot in to shorten the distance, go ahead. Hips squared forward, root into your left big toe. Inhale, lengthen up your thigh into your heart. Exhale, reach your sitting bones back in space. Lengthen your heart forward, pause in that halfway position. If your pelvis has shifted, readjust. If this is already enough, stay here. Option to go deeper on an exhale as your heart and your forehead come closer to your left shin bone. You want to draw the shoulder blades closer together. And I had a teacher once tell me that helped me a lot in this shape. Imagine you're doing a baby cobra here. So you want to keep that extension in the spine. Your toes can lift to work your arches, your ankles. And you lengthen your inhale breath. Deepen your exhale. Be with yourself in this shape for one final cycle. Take your time. If you need to micro bend your front knee to lift your chest halfway, please do so. Full bend in the front knee over ankle as you float your right leg off the earth. Patan Vrikshasana, toppling tree. Arms may stay. They may reach back. They may lace to the thigh. Or you might add load by reaching your arms straight down. or warrior 3 in front. Again, adding load will put pressure on the back, so just be really mindful that you're engaged through your front body, that your right butt cheek is working really hard and you're energizing that back foot, and that there's a little more weight in the ball of your left foot. Inhale, hands to your hips, draw your right knee forward and up. Exhale, extend your knee, reach through your heel. It's not about height, think more about length. Can you recruit from your lower abdominal muscles for 3, 2, step down on 1, arms by your sides. Beautiful, shake it out, sigh it out, let the effort go. If you have water with you and you want to grab a sip, go for it. Ew. And we're going to take our final standing shape here in tree. Hands to your waist. Open up your left leg and draw your foot to ankle. You can rest your toes on the floor for today. Inner calf below your knee joint, if accessible, to the inside of your thigh above your knee. And make sure you're stable through your right foot, big toe, pinky toe, inner and outer heel. Your palms find their way to each other like magnets at your heart. And your eyes steady upon one spot. Your drishti, your point of focus. And that might even mean an exploration or a curiosity around closing one eye or both eyes. Feel your left leg press with energy against your right leg. Using that resistance, can you lengthen your tail down and grow your spine even taller? And how can you cultivate more freedom in this stillness? Let your left knee be guided forward by your inhale. Exhale to step down, arms release. Full breath in through your nose. Gentle sigh through your mouth. Place your palms to your waist. Let's open up your right knee. Slide your foot upon ankle, inner calf, or up to the inside of your thigh. Once you feel stable, truly supported in your physical body, then dive inwards. Palms in Anjali Mudra, a gesture of connection, of the presence of your heart, your mind, your body in the space. And as you find the strength in your physical body to support you here, can you explore the softness of your heart? You start to observe a clear pathway in your mind. And then start to bring up feelings of joy, of expression, the sense of growth, flourishment. Find the next inhale pathway to guide your right knee forward, and exhale to step down. Arms rest by your sides. Tadasana, standing tall and strong. Deep breath in. Wash it out as you empty. Circle your arms up overhead. Soft knees, make your way down. Hinge from the hips, forward fold your way to the earth. Hands to your shin bones, grow your spine. Take your time, no rush. Then fold forward when you're ready to step your right foot back. Step your left foot back, holding your high push-up. Spread your fingers really wide, press the earth away from you. We're gonna keep this shape. Bring your right knee towards your right upper arm. So think tricep. Now I want you to press, or it might be lower towards the forearm. I want you to push elbow and arm together. At the same time, can you press your left heel away from you and the top of your head forward? Step to high push-up. Bring your left knee towards tricep or forearm, your choice. Think of knee and arm resisting each other. Now, can you push your right heel away from you, squeeze your butt, and reach the crown of your head forward? Take another big breath in. Step into your high push-up. Hold here, inhale. Roll to the outside of your right foot, inside of your left foot, side plank. We're gonna stack the arms on a vertical line. Shoulders are stacked, pelvis is stacked. Feel your frontal ribs hug in. Come back to your high plank position. Reset, breathe in. Roll to the pinky edge of the left foot, inner line of that right foot. So you'll see Naomi's feet are staggered. We want that. Shoulders are stacked on a vertical. You can turn your chin to look up. Strong neck. Deep breath in. Come back to your high push-up. Press the earth away from you. Take another inhale. Bump forward as you exhale. Option to drop your knees. We lower to your belly for 3. For 2. Down on 1. Point your toes back right away. You're going to tense your fingers and slide them off of your mat onto the floor. You could take your feet a little bit wider here. They do not have to be in together. That is more challenging, more load on the lower back, so just be mindful. Right away, you're going to lengthen the tail, fire up the thighs, draw a slight squeeze into the glutes. Then as you roll your shoulders back, inhale, wave your spine up off the floor, full breath up. Articulate back down as you exhale, think belly, chest, and forehead. Curl up, inhale, pulling in and up through that lower abdomen. Exhale, waving it back down. You're going to do that one more time. Curling up, inhale, feel the beginning, the middle, the end of your breath. Wave down as you exhale, beginning, middle, and end. Reach your arms straight back along your sides. Bring your right ear to the floor, look to the left. Palms face up. Have your big toes come together as your heels fall out. Sounds are always welcome. They're a form of expression, a form of release. So if you need to create sound or a big sigh, please do so. Left ear to the earth, let's switch. Inhale into the back of your heart, feel it expand, and allow your front body to anchor as you exhale. And possibly even listen for the sound of your heart. Wonderful. Let's bring your forehead back onto your mat. Take your time. You're going to press up onto your forearms for Sphinx shape. So your elbows are below the shoulders. Want to think 90-degree angle with your hands. Spread the fingers. Feet can remain nice and wide here. Just take a moment to settle. Feel your shoulder blades draw back and down. And almost like you're energetically pulling the floor towards you, can you feel your heart pull forward and up? Now, from here, you're going to take a big breath in. As you exhale, start to draw the chin round through your spine. Start to pull up onto your knees into a modified plank position. Stay here. Keep those ribs tight. Finding length from head to tail. You have the option to hold or bring your feet in closer as you tuck your toes under for full forearm plank. That was a tongue twister for me right there. Full forearm plank. There we go. All right, if you're in your full forearm plank, make sure you're pushing out of those shoulders. Even in modified, you never want to sit in those shoulder joints. You want to think about squeezing your armpits. Think about the frontal hip bones pulling up as your tailbone lengthens back towards your heels. And then from here, we're just going to do 3 walks. So keep your eyes towards your thumbs. Start to walk your feet forward. 1, 2, 3. Step it back for 1, 2, 3. And hips lift as you walk in. 1, 2, ribs tight, 3. And then step it back for 1, 2, 3. Last time, take it up. 2, 3, hold. Full breath in. Reach your heels towards the floor as you exhale. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. Last time, inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. This time as you lift your heels up, lower your knees. You have two options. Either sit to your toe sit or take a child's pose. So I'm giving you the option here, yogi's choice. If you don't want to do a toe squat, you can also just lengthen through the tops of your feet and come up to seated if for any reason child's pose doesn't support you in this moment. Breathe wide, breathe deep into your body. We are going to set up for a headstand before we cool down. So regardless, we're gonna come up to seated for just a second. I do this every time just in case there's somebody new with us. Create an L shape with your hand. Doesn't matter, right or left. And then you're gonna take your thumb to the middle of your brows, just one hand. And then you're gonna take your index finger and see where it lands. And then point that index finger there on your head. That's about where the crown of your head is. So when we go into headstand, you don't want to be to the front of your hairline, your forehead. You don't want to be to the back of your head, but you want to kind of poke yourself gently and then somatically think of where that space is. That's the crown of your head. Awesome. Now we're going to come to your forearms. All right, we're going to keep those elbows at shoulder width apart, laced fingers like a bowl in your hands. You're going to draw the chin in and find the crown of your head as you plant it onto your mat. Then step one, make sure you're pushing into those forearms. We're not just relying on the head and the neck to support us here. We're working the entire upper chamber. You're gonna tuck all 10 toes under and lift your knees as your hips move up in space. You can stay right here. Option 2, walk your feet in. And your goal is to try your best to get your hips right over the shoulders. It might feel like you're gonna fall forward, you're not. You can always use a wall as well if you wanna move your mat. Option 3, I like to call it egg. You can hug one knee into your chest or both knees into your chest, and you can stay right here. Option 4, one leg might start to extend up, and then your other leg might start to extend up. And then think about pressing out through your forearms, reaching out through the balls of your feet, so somewhere between a point and a flex. Those knees are extended, thighs are active. If you feel stable to hinge at your hips to lower, you're welcome to. Otherwise, you just reverse what we did. You bend one knee down, you bend your other knee down, you lower your feet to the floor, and you take either child's pose or a seated position. Child's pose is always the recommendation after inversion. But if for any reason you're like, no thanks, not for me today, then just come up to seated instead. Okay, we'll take it right into sleeping hero from here. So if you roll your spine up, you take your hands about shoulder width apart and you open up your knees in that distance. You lift and lengthen your tailbone and you draw your seat back onto your heels. Blocks are amazing. If you don't have blocks, grab some pillows, some cushions off of your couch if you need, and you can set them up either underneath your sitting bones if you've got any knee or hip sensitivity, or you can set it up behind your heart or even behind your head if you need it. Then one major thing, if your knees lift off the floor, please come out of this shape. I'm gonna sneak into the camera for a second and just show you a modification. If that's the case, you're gonna lay on your side and you're pulling heel to glute on one side, lengthening the tailbone to find that stretch in your quad, the front of your thigh, and then you're gonna take 3 breaths and go to the other side. So know that you have options always, multiple paths to get to the same place. And if you're all the way down and you're seeking for more, you can work on engaging your glutes more by lengthening through the tail, or even taking your arms up overhead, You can clasp fingers, you can grab elbows. Always thinking about that energy line from the front of the hips reaching out through the knees. Supta Virasana. Offer one more full breath here. And let your arms release. Let's crawl up slow through your forearms, your palms. Lift your head with your heart. Take your time. Place your hands in front of you when you are ready to move and step back into downward facing dog. Down dog, you can always take your feet wider if you want more of a release in your lower back. Take a breath in, clear out. Okay, we're gonna take your left leg up to the sky as you inhale, root down through the heel of your right foot. Make sure your feet are at hips width apart. And then just lower your left foot back down to the ground. Inhale, float your right leg up high. Open up your hip. Bend the knee, think heel to glute. Find that sweet stretch. Extend your knee first. Square up your hips. Pigeon pose. Bring your right knee to wrist. Lay your shin on any angle that you need. Your left leg straight back behind you. You can always bend your back knee to the side, more like a deer pose if you need to. Then inhale, feel your chest lift. Exhale, you can stay upright or begin to make your way down on your forearms. You can take a block under your forehead or down all the way to the ground. We're not here for long today, so I want you to really focus on deep, long breathing for 3 cycles. If you could inhale for a count of 3 or 4 and make your exhale last for the same amount of time, that would be awesome. Final inhale to create some space in your body. Exhale, some softness through your heart. Work your way back up through your forearms, your palms, curl your toes, move into your downward facing dog. Down dog, take a breath, reset. Left leg floats up. Open up your hip, bend your knee, think heel to glute. Extend your knee as you square up your hips. And when you're ready, you can guide your knee through to your left wrist. Shin down. So we're just giggling here because we can hear Naomi's kids giggling upstairs, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate who have kids at home. It's not always the easiest to get your practice in. So we're going to inhale, finding that beautiful extension line, tail back, heart up, and you can choose to stay upright or crawl down into a reclined pigeon. 3 long, supportive breaths in your body. And then find ways to adjust if this doesn't serve you. You can always create a new pathway. Relax your jaw, swallow saliva in your mouth, relax your throat. For your final breath in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Take your time as you reverse your way back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, your final downward facing dog. And make any movements here, pedal of your heels, a sway of your hips. And place your knees back onto your mat. Swing your legs out in front of you or cross your ankles as you sit back and stretch your legs in front of you. Then let's scoot yourself forward towards the front of your mat as you roll back onto the earth. You can go to elbows first or grab your hamstrings and lower. From here, let your feet plant down, hips width apart. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Make two fists like you're about to punch the ceiling away. Walk your feet in so that your ankles are below your knees. Naomi has her feet forward, so just know that that's a different option. It may challenge your hamstring a lot more, so completely up to you. You can always play around with it. You just never want your feet to be like right at your butt cheeks so that when you lift up, your knees are going over your toes. But if your knees are behind your ankles, that works. All right, so just know that it's challenging. Ribs are gonna stay nice and tight. We're gonna take an inhale, and then as you exhale, start to roll your hips up off of your mat. You're gonna squeeze your glutes nice and strong, and we're gonna hold Setu Bandhasan bridge here. Imagine you're pulling your heels back towards your shoulders. Feel that contraction in the hamstrings. Imagine you're reaching your knees forward away from your pubic bone, and you're punching to the sky. One more full breath up. Exhale to lower upper back, middle back, lower back, to tailbone. Let's open your arms into a T shape and let both legs go straight for a moment. Palms are gonna face up. Take a breath and empty out the effort that you just put forth. Bring your right knee in towards your chest, and you're gonna grab it with your left hand. Supine twist, roll towards your right hip, right shoulder. And keep your left shoulder as anchored as possible. Your head can stay neutral, or you may turn your chin towards your left arm. Think of every inhale breath, which one's the top hip right now? Your right hip is moving down away from your rib cage. And with your exhale, your ribs are twisting a little bit closer to the floor. Inhale to engage the lower abdomen as you reset through center, and take your right leg straight. Left knee is gonna pull up as you grab a hold of your left thigh with your right hand and we twist. So you can stay right here with your neck, or you can turn your chin towards your left shoulder. And with every inhale, can you feel your hip and rib cage move away from each other? And as you exhale, the left side of your rib cage wraps a little bit closer towards your mat. And these are micro movements. They're not big gestures. They're so subtle, you might not even see them, but you'll definitely feel them. With your next inhale, come back through center. Bend both knees for supine butterfly. Soles of the feet touch, and your knees are gonna open wide. Your left hand to your heart, your right hand at your gut, just above your belly button. Relax your jaw, let your lips part ways. Take a big belly breath in, open mouth. Last one, inhale, feel your heart, your belly expand, and then clear out. If this feels good, you can stay in butterfly for your final pose. Or slide your hands to your outer thighs, or just take your legs out straight. So everybody's different. You may need a different support system. And just like Naomi's doing, wiggle your feet in and out, in and out, in and out a couple times until they drop into stillness. Your arms are gonna reach down and away from your center. You may press the back of your head slightly into the floor. Feel your chest lift as your shoulder blades draw down a bit, and then relax back into your mat. And with your eyes closed, if you have your eye pillow, or if you have an extra towel, or even a shirt that you want to put over your eyelids, go for it. Feel your physical form get soft. So we're getting soft even though our bones are resting heavy into the ground. Acknowledge any thoughts or stories that show up in the mind and allow them to pass by, just like the winds of the earth move the clouds in the sky. And feel your heart get a little bit softer in your chest. And offer yourself words of kindness, words of encouragement and bravery, words of compassion, so needed at this time. And may this practice continue to support you in the way that you need today to carry on through lunchtime and dinner time and evening, and face potential challenges from a place of clarity. May you be happy, may you be healthy in your own skin. Thank you. I honor you. I bow to each and every one of you. Namaste.